Hi everybody, Vet 76 at the indoor range, and today I have my little Smith & Wesson 32 Smith & Wesson. It's as you've seen in my previous video, it's a 5-shot pistol. This was made in the early 1900s. This one was a later model. I'm not sure, I think it's a third model. It was designed to shoot smokeless powder. And you've seen that I've been working on some reloads for this, and I bought some berries bullets. These are 171 grain bullets. I'll have to look at my reloads. And the first time around I had some Squibs with this bullet, so I went back and redid my load, and I just put 5 down range there at 5 yards, and this load is working really well. It's a little hotter load than before, and so now this is a single action, double action revolver. I shoot it in single action because it's got a pretty heavy trigger pull, and in single action I can aim a little better. I've got 3 in the black and 2 flyers down there right now, and I've been working on my grip and my aim. And if I take my time, single action, okay, that one, that one must have been a little long. It may have been a squib. So if you have any doubt, stop immediately. That one sounds a little weak. So before I go putting another one down there, I'm going to pull everything out. Nope, we're okay. But that one was weak. Still hit the target though. Didn't like that. And this might be the cause. You see it's got a split case. You see that split there? So that one's probably the one that split. And the rest of these are good. So that means that when it split, I lost some of the gases. So I'll put the last one in. When I close it, it should index. Yeah, that's a good load for this gun. Okay, now you can see this gun's got a little bit of a cock, just it's not a half cock, but it pulls the firing pin away from the revolver, and then you can pull the rounds out, and of course you know I reload, so I'm saving them. But it looks like this particular load is working really well. I will amend this video when I get home, and we'll go over the load data on this. This is a unique find when you find one in this condition. I literally think this was unfired when I got it. There was no powder burns on the cylinder, and I took it to my gunsmith, and he was actually the first one to fire this gun. I still have, like I said, the box. This was a very unique find. Most of these, the plating's gone on them. They've been carried around somebody's pocket, and they're very well worn firearms. This one was not that way. It's very tight. The cylinder's tight. The lockup's very tight. It's like it came right out of the factory yesterday. Now the double action, I'm not going to do a video with the double action because it's just, the trigger pull sucks, and I would be spraying bullets all over the target. I'm looking for accuracy right now because, again, I'm doing load testing, and it's working out pretty well. So that one seemed light. I want to check it. We're good. If you have any doubts about it, stop and check. That one's a flyer. Okay, pull it back to right there. Every one of them went off. I'm wondering if I had another split case. I'm not seeing it yet. I had these seated out too far, I believe, the first time, and it didn't allow any pressure to build up in the cartridge. It's a theory, it's just a theory of mine. And the load may have been a little too light, and so I had a squib, and I actually fired another round, not realizing I had a squib because I wasn't listening to the gun as it was shooting. So what I will say is, if you hear a change in the volume when it fires, it could be an indication that you have a squib. Also, if you don't see any printing on the paper from the bullet, either you missed or you could have a squib. The squib is incredibly dangerous, and I was very lucky I didn't damage this gun or harm myself. Very lucky. This little gun is a lot of fun to shoot. What I like about revolvers is, one, you can save your brass. I think that was 5. All right. It's a lot of fun when things go right. My antique pistols, some of my semi-auto pistols are hit and miss as far as function. I was shooting my Dresa today, and I had failures to feed. I had full automatic for like 2 rounds. So there's some things that need resolved there. Also had it not reset the trigger. There's a range of causes for that, and I'm not a gunsmith, so I can only guess. I like to shoot my guns, and if I can't shoot them and I can't get them fixed, I don't hang them on the wall. So that'll be another one. Going to a gunsmith at a later date. I've already got 2 pistols there now. They're Ivor Johnsons I'm getting worked on. Also 32. One's a 32 long and the other's a 32 short. And I got the 32 short back and it just didn't function right. So I went back to the gunsmith, and hopefully those will get done sometime this year. I think it's gripping pretty well for a little pocket pistol. It's pretty good grip. I'm really impressed. I think this load's really working out. I love shooting them. Absolutely hate cleaning them. So the berries bullet looks like it's working. I have a cast load I use. It works pretty well too. It's like an 84 grain cast. It works pretty good. These berries bullets, I bought quite a few of these and bought them in bulk. I wanted to try them in my semi-autos, and that's a work in progress. All right, let's shoot some more here. Okay, that's going pretty quick. 32s are fun to shoot because you don't have a lot of recoil. They were a 32 caliber, not 32 Smith and Wesson. It was actually a popular around in the United States and in Europe in the early 1900s. It was carried a lot, little pocket pistols, the H&Rs, Ivor Johnson, Smith & Wesson. It was, I would call it like the poor man's caliber. 32 ACP or 32 Browning. There were a lot of handguns in World War I and World War II and going into the Cold War that used the 32 Browning. And so the 32 Browning and the 32 Smith & Wesson have been around a long time. A hot load. one shot like a double charge. Wow. Most of these cases look pretty good. These are obviously, you know, they're straight walls. And generally I don't anneal them. But I did have a case failure today. So maybe I'm thinking I will anneal these. But I am really enjoying this firearm. I'll let you see the target here in a bit. I like to do dummy loads. This is a dummy load with my like an 84 grain bullet. This is another bullet that another mold I just got, and I don't think I brought any of those with me, but it's there's no powder, no primer. It's just a dummy load, and I will use it to set my die set if I load for this particular bullet. Also, actually, you know what? I'm actually into these right now. So, we just did the berries bullets. These must be some test loads I did. And these are not 84 grains. And I'll get you that load data when I get home as well. So I forgot that I had test loads in here for this particular gun. But you saw my dummy load, which I just tried to load in the revolver. But that was what I will use to set my overall length on my die set when I reload. So we know the berries bullets work. So what I want to do now is pull that target in, and I'll show that to you. Let me do that now. And while that's coming in, I'll grab another one. You see there, I shot a hole in it. That's pretty good for me. Not bad at all. So let's start with a blank sheet of paper, and we'll try these cast bullets. These are my cast bullets. I believe this is a custom mold. I think this is accurate mold. And we'll try these, see how they do. Right. First shot with this new load. It's a little hotter than my berries bullet. That, my friend, was a squib, which tells me there was probably no powder in that one. Alright, now I need to unload that, and you can see there's a bullet stuck in there. So what I'm going to do, now first of all, that bullet jumped behind the it jumped behind there. That sucks. Alright, so I can pull this back. I think I can unscrew that. Let's see, I'm unscrewing that. And it'll pull out. And then I can try and pull that out. That one's really stuck in there. Alright, so now we got a squib, and it's right right there. You can see it. So that's what I got this for. And put that down in there. I gotta remember where I put it. I always bring tools to the range, and this is just for that reason. And you just whack it, and it'll pop out. And there it is, a squib. I've actually got to see it on camera, and you got to see how I fix it. Now I've got this problem. The bullet is behind the extractor star, and I have no idea how to fix that. Okay, I had to go get some tools and get it out, but that's not uncommon. So now I take my rod out of here, and then this Smith, you pull back on the top brake, slide that back in, and it just screws in, and what holds it in place is a little latch on the top brake. So that's fixed, and we actually got to see a squib for the first time. So that's good. That's good that you saw that. And you can see there was a change in the sound. I keep wanting to put my... That's weird. Huh. Alright. So, let's try it again. And sometimes, if you don't get powder in there when you're reloading, that'll happen, any kind of distraction. Alright. So, we're going to try it again. That works pretty good. I like that. It's a little hot, I think, but you know, it's taking it. That's I think I can back that off a grain, and I would shoot just fine. But this is I believe this is an accurate mold bullet. I had custom made. And it's got one grease groove in it. And at the speeds these things travel, I used the black powder lube on them, and they work just fine. And so my cast load seems to be working as well, as long as you get powder in them. I do think it's a little hot though. Alright. I think it tastes a little better. That is a hot load. But it's grouping really nice. I've been working on my grip when I shoot pistols, trying to take my time with my shots. And I have 4 left. Love this little revolver, and this mold is working really well. Okay, ready to fire. And another squib. I hope that got on camera. So I am not paying attention when I am, and that one got completely behind. See there, it's behind the star. Alright, so on the Smith & Wesson, you pull back on the top brake, you just unscrew it, slide it out, and then if I can pull the star up, that case should fall out. Right. And it's out. Alright, now I got another squib to deal with. And it's in the same place, right at the end of the chamber. You can watch it come out. There it is. Alright. I learned the hard way on this. And those are literally my mistake. 1, 2, 3, 4. Where'd my squib round go? That's a 32 auto. And I got 4. Yeah, that's all of them. I only had 4 left. But there you go. Now you've seen what a squib does and how to fix it. And I've tested my, I think it's an accurate mold. I've tested that. I tested my load for the Barry's bullets. They both work very well. And this gun is well over 100 years old. And it shoots very good. So again, you pull back on the top brake, slide that down in there, screws on, top brake back, there you go. Alright, so let me bring the target in and I'll show you. There you go. Not bad. Not bad at all. I like it. I like it a lot. So I would say I have a success with both of those loads. And I will give you the load data when I get home. Alright, as promised, I'm showing you my load data. The Barry's bullet, I'm using unique powder at 1.6 grains, and I'm put a crimp on the case. And as you can see, it seemed to work pretty well. And the other bullet is my first time out. It's a accurate mold bullet. Let me see if I can get some of the glare off of there. The mold number is 31-075D, and you can see it's a got a little bit of taper on the end, the bottom. It's got 1 grease groove, and it's 77 grams plus. It depends. Plus is because they can come a little heavier than that from the mold. And that's 77 is an average. And then you can see my overall length is 850 thousandths. And on the Barry's, it's 860. And I do believe I crimped both bullets. And you can see, as you remember, I had a couple of squibs with this one. And that's my fault. I didn't pour the powder in. a couple of times, and it just discharged with just a primer. So there's my information on the load for the Smith & Wesson.